So we often come across heritage being seen as a barrier in projects, regeneration projects specifically. There's an inherent expectation of cost, complexity, but also lots of the structures are geared against heritage. So the VAT policy is higher with existing buildings than it is for new build projects. So there are often barriers around heritage, whereas we see that heritage can be a catalyst for regeneration. It can be a catalyst for investment and real anchor to development projects generally, even if a small part of a much bigger project.
I think there's a perception that heritage and development are two opposing forces, but I actually believe in relevant conservation, that to protect the future of our historic buildings, we need to make them useful and relevant to the now, so that they are full of people, they are loved and maintained.
So we work with a lot of existing buildings where we're adaptively reusing them, bringing new uses into existing buildings. We're working on one industrial building at the moment, and many people were concerned that it should stay exactly as it was with the same industrial use. But we've been able to bring in new industrial uses and very modern approaches to industry, to business, to creativity, and to bring a new life to a building that otherwise wouldn't have been possible. And I think it's essential that buildings can adapt and evolve and develop over time and create new levels of authenticity which build on the heritage of the past.
I think it is important to establish what's significant about that building so that there is a shared approach, and then we can protect what's significant, and that's the character of the building, because if you lose the character, you've lost your asset. But equally, you need to make it fit for purpose so that it's loved and maintained.
I think community engagement can be seen as performative, and I think it's a real lost opportunity if that's the view taken. We find that it brings so much added value doing proper, genuine engagement with community, whether it's individuals, people who live within a neighbourhood, community groups, larger organisations. There's so much to be learned and gleaned from that. If it can be really made a part of the creative process, then it can take you to unexpected places and better outcomes.
I think for many people it's just a box ticking exercise, but what many people don't understand is that it's actually gold dust in terms of market research, both in terms of communities, local communities and communities of interest, so that you're building social and cultural foundations that will give financial and social benefit.
Architects, by the nature of the work they do, are so involved in so many different aspects of the built environment. And I think there is a real responsibility to take all aspects of their impact of the work in consideration. We often think long term about, we want to make sure that buildings that have survived for 200-300 years in the past can survive another 200 or 300 years. So that comes with a lot of responsibility for community, for the people who use the buildings and for the buildings themselves.
Absolutely. We should not be thinking of buildings just at the point of handover. We should be thinking about their long-term use, building communities around buildings and building buildings that serve their communities.
I think if we can imagine looking forward, as I say, in 200 or 300 years, and see that a building is still standing, still in productive use, and has enough flexibility built into it to allow it to evolve over generations of use, then that would be a key measure of success for me. I think our built heritage is so important. It is really an anchor to our history, to our culture, to our people. And being able to carry those anchors forward and help define who we are in the future is such an important thing.
I think for historic places, success is grassroots regeneration, grounded in community, place and heritage.